Let me share something simple but powerful that most people completely overlook in relationships. Life today feels heavy. From the moment you wake up, your mind is already flooded with noise, stress, and information. And before you even realize it, that weight follows you throughout your day and eventually shows up in your relationship as tension. Most people start their morning wrong. They grab their phone immediately. They scroll endlessly. They consume negativity without even thinking, and that energy stays with them. It builds pressure inside them. Without realizing it, they carry that pressure into their day. By the time they come home, they are already overwhelmed. And instead of feeling relaxed, they feel drained. Now think about this. You come home after a long day. Your mind is tired, your emotions are heavy, and the first thing you do is react. You complain, you point out problems, you focus on what is missing instead of what is already there. And slowly, this pattern becomes normal. The relationship starts to feel heavy, not because something is broken, but because both people are carrying too much. And instead of releasing it, they add more weight. This is where most people make a mistake. They think the solution is complicated. They think something is seriously wrong. They believe they need to fix everything at once. But the truth is much simpler. Sometimes the solution is small. Sometimes it is something you already know, something you forgot, something that feels light. And that one thing is humor. Yes, something as simple as humor. It sounds basic, but it is powerful. Because humor changes energy instantly. It breaks tension. It shifts the mood. It reminds both people to relax, to breathe, to stop taking everything so seriously. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you truly laughed with your partner? Not forced, not polite, but real laughter. The kind that makes you forget everything else. That kind of moment is rare. And yet, it is exactly what most relationships need. Because relationships are not meant to feel like pressure. They are meant to feel like a safe space, a place where you can relax, where you can be yourself, where you can feel light again. But when everything becomes serious all the time, that feeling disappears, and that is where distance begins. Now, here is something important. Humor does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be planned. It can be simple. It can be silly. It can even feel a little awkward. But that is the point. It breaks the pattern. It interrupts the heaviness. It creates something different. And that difference changes everything. You can send a funny message, a random joke, a playful voice note, something unexpected, something light. Even a small moment like that can shift the entire mood of the day. Because it reminds both people that life does not always have to feel serious. Another powerful thing is playfulness, not childish behavior, but light energy, energy that feels relaxed, that feels easy, that feels natural. When you bring that into your relationship, something changes. The connection becomes softer, more open, more enjoyable. And that is what most people are missing. They are stuck in stress mode, always thinking, always worrying, always reacting, but they forget to enjoy, to play, to laugh. And without those things, the relationship loses its spark. Now imagine this. Your partner comes home in a bad mood. Instead of reacting, you shift the energy. You do something unexpected, something playful, something that makes them pause. That moment alone can change everything because instead of adding more tension, you create relief. And that relief builds connection. Another important idea is creativity. You do not have to follow rules. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be present and willing to bring something different into the moment. That is where real connection grows, not in perfection, but in small, real, human moments. Now, here is something most people forget. Your relationship should not feel like a burden. It should feel like a place of support, a place where you recharge, not where you feel more drained. And if it feels heavy, it does not always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it just means you forgot to bring lightness into it. That is all. And when you add that lightness back, everything shifts. The conversations feel easier, the connection feels stronger, the energy feels better, and suddenly the relationship feels alive again. In the end, it is not about doing more. It is about doing small things differently, things that bring joy, things that bring ease, things that remind you why you chose each other in the first place. Because when you bring that energy back, everything changes.